My Mother Was a Lion, an essay by Alex Holmes. I am a writer. I have used my words built into poetry and song since I was old enough to love as a means to swoon the girls in my heart. I have used similar words, complicated to show scholarship, as means to craft essays which meet the requirements of educators. This block of text is neither of these, not assigned nor lyrical. The purpose of putting these ideas to page is not to persuade, but rather explain, to delve into my own mind and make meanings of the events and interactions I experience. This work is not designed to insult or berate, but rather provide editorial on an outlook which may be different from your own. In short, I expect no cause to come of it, just as I wish for no retaliation. I was recently accused of disappointment, of not meeting expectation, the source of this disappointment being an exam, and more specifically, my performance therein. I would not call that performance elite, but I would posit that it was far from lackluster. The essay section, a chance to explore the ideas themselves, free from the strict adherence to jargon and vocabulary, was not surprisingly without error. The short answer portion, in which strict adherence to jargon and vocabulary be the only goal, was a vastly different reflection of performance. For the purpose of further analysis in the causation of this difference, I choose to employ help from the animal kingdom. It occurs to me that there are two ways that higher beings nurture their young: precocialism and altruism. These words by themselves have very little meaning, especially when the meaning is not known, an idea I will cite later. Altruistic young are best exemplified in songbirds. It is the duty of the chick to remain in the nest, while the nurturer finds a meal. The sparrow will seek out a meal, for instance a dragonfly, consume it, and return to the nest, at which point the nasty business of regurgitation begins. What was once a beautiful, fully functioning insect has been reduced to a slurry of partial wings and protein-laden liquid. In much the same way, the dragonfly starts as complex and ends simple. Ideas and philosophy travel from the mind to language. In this way, asking for simple data recall as a form of examination reduces a vast concept with its connotations and intricacies to a one-word symbol, empty of true meaning. Though I acknowledge that proper vocabulary and its understanding therein is an important portion of any field, simple recall of assigned symbols proves nothing more than the ability to memorize words. Rather than testing the working understanding of a concept, the word is reduced to an answer, a solution to a problem. What is the six-stringed instrument popular in rock and roll? Answer, a guitar. This word guitar and the ability to recall it thusly shows that the tested knows that it has 6 strings, and that when asked, to write that particular answer on the page. The question, however, has the inability to determine if the tested knows how it sounds, or how to relate the importance of such an instrument to their own lives. Is this guitar important? Who might it be important to? Etc. This brings our metaphor to precocialism. Precocious animals tend to be those with higher working intellect. Humans, lions, ducks, all species which find an advantage in teaching their young. Take the example of the lion. When a cub is born, it relies on the milk of the lioness to sustain it. Slowly, as it develops, it gains the ability to learn skills. The cub observes the pride as it makes its kills, searches for water, and avoids danger. Through this interaction, the cub learns how to, most importantly of all, hunt successfully. In some cases, adult lions have been seen giving their young tortoises to play with, as a means of honing its skills. The interesting thing about precociousness is that it is based on the ideas of the nurturer, but will show itself in varying forms in the offspring. That is to say, the young will ultimately achieve the same result if they wish to survive, the kill, but may do so slightly differently. This is due to many factors. As the young is interacting with the tortoise, it learns things the parents may not have learned when they were young. The young may miss an opportunity to observe, so, through experimentation, found a similar and sometimes more efficient way of doing things. I believe this same form of precociousness can be found in the giving of ideas rather than food. To teach someone that this is the answer provides him with the opportunity to do little more than regurgitate a broken down form of the original concept. However, asking exploratory questions and examining relationships between those concepts allows the learner to show a truly deeper understanding, one which at times can provoke new ideas in the question asker themselves. This working idea can even be seen within this essay. It seems strangely hypocritical that I would pull on two complex vocabulary terms I learned while in session at this university. I use the very same jargon which I aim to dismiss in this essay. But as forementioned, precocial and altruistic mean nothing if there is no way to relate them to one's experiences. My goal in writing was to take them beyond a series of letters and explore them to their fullest meaning, much the same way I wrote an essay about W.E.B. Du Bois without remembering the exact details and vocabulary written on those pages. In the end, it was my ability to relate his ideas to those of others which showed I achieved an understanding of the concept. When I scored perfectly on the written portion of the test, it shows my ability to take down prey rather than regurgitate one-word answers. And which one is more exciting to watch?